All right, Hokie Nation, we continue to get you introduced to the newest Hokies joining this program, and a guy that we're all very excited about transferring in from Clemson, Jordan Williams on the defensive line. Jordan, first and foremost, welcome to Hokie Nation and to Blacksburg. We're happy that you're here. Just take us through that process as how tech became an option and how ultimately you made that decision.
Yeah, I was really on like a short time frame of when I had to decide on a school, so I kind of went into the portal. It was real hectic for a few days, talked to hundreds of coaches, hundreds of different programs, and I just kind of knew, I kept in my mind that I had to make my decision soon, so I kind of went with what I knew. And Virginia Tech's a familiar opponent that we played, and was probably my second choice out of high school behind Clemson. So I mean, just seeing, developing new relationships with the new coaches that weren't here when I was in high school, and just watching them on film I think was what really brought me to Virginia Tech. I just like the attacking style of defense that these guys have, and I'm just definitely looking forward to being a part of it.
Yeah, you mentioned getting to know the new members of the staff. Neither of your defensive line coaches were part of that recruiting process out of high school, but now Bill Tierlink here, J.C. Price, I can already see you've got a bond with. We were in the green room before we came out here to record this. Describe that style that you're excited to play from Bill Tierlink that, of course, we got a taste of last year.
Right. I mean, it just always seems like the guys up front are attacking and just getting vertical and being disruptive, and I feel like that's something that I can add to my game. That's the kind of player I am, and I feel like I'll be able to use my athleticism, my speed, my quickness, and my power to execute the best I can in this style of defense.
You've visited Lane Stadium on visits and then as an opponent, and you've been victorious in Lane Stadium, as much as that pains us to say. How much are you looking forward to running out of that tunnel to enter Sandman with the place rocking like you guys saw it a few years back?
I'm excited for real. I mean, even at Clemson we had the hill and all of that, but Lane Stadium and Enter the Sandman is something that's always going to be historic, and it's something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it'll be in a stadium full of fans, you know what I mean? Hopefully with COVID slowing down and everything like that. So.
You mentioned Tavion was a high school teammate, and you're from the 757 area and heavily looked at Virginia Tech the first time around. What were conversations like between you guys when you were young players and maybe even now about this Virginia Tech program?
I mean, yeah, we were in high school, and me and Tavion really grew up together too. It was like my little brother basically, but we always talked about playing at the same schools and being together throughout our high school and college years. Obviously he's younger than me, but I mean, if you would have told me when I committed to Clemson that I would be playing on his team again, I probably would have laughed, you know what I mean? It's just something I never really thought about, but I'm fortunate enough to be here, blessed to be here, and I'm really excited for my journey here.
Yeah, and that is exactly the right word, journey. Doesn't always go as we expect it to go when you choose Clemson, which is not a bad choice, clearly. What was your experience like? You were a part of big moments. You were on the biggest stages. What was it like with Dabo and that group?
It was great. I wouldn't trade my 4 years there for anything. It was a great experience. I played behind and played with a lot of great players, learned a lot of things that I'll be able to carry over for the rest of my career and even here, and some things I can help instill into the locker room and the culture we already have built here. So I mean, it was definitely exciting. Like you said, there was so many moments that I was a part of that it's really hard to pick a favorite, you know what I mean?
Well, you have the opportunity here to add to the 757 legacy on the defensive line, headlined, of course, by the NFL's all-time sacks leaders, Bruce Smith. Have you gone back, watched Bruce on film? Have you ever become familiar with him?
I mean, I've always watched Bruce Smith, even when I was in high school. My dad actually told me about it. I had no idea who he was in high school, but I looked him up. I've always watched him ever since then, and I love his style of play. He's very disruptive, very aggressive, and he plays hard. So, I mean, definitely something I'm going to have tough shoes to fill, but, I'm up for it.
I like that. He's up for that. Again, the 757 great Bruce Smith. You mentioned your dad there, so let's have some fun. Let's let Hokies fans really get to know Jordan. Talk about your family. What do your folks do back in the 757? Do you have any siblings?
I have 3 older brothers, and my dad works with an operations company. He's a manager there, and then my mom works with Capital One.
And we know that you come here as a graduate transfer, which means you already have a degree in communications, so potentially one day sitting in this chair.
Take your job.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, no, you can be in the booth together,
Yeah, we can do that.
But football hopefully doesn't end for a long time, and you use this as the springboard to where you want to go. But eventually it will, and when it does, how do you plan to put that communications degree to use?
I mean, I love the camera. I love being in front of the camera all the time. So, I mean, just having the opportunity to be able to be in front of the camera and talk about something that I love and something that I love to do, I feel like that's just the ideal job for me, ideal career, you know what I mean? So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to pursuing after football is over.
Matt, I can tell that you have that charismatic way about you and are comfortable in front of the camera. That's fun because we will look forward to that. Do you have any guilty pleasures when you're not in front of the camera but you're watching things? Are you a Netflix guy, video game guy?
Both, really. I'm always on the game, playing Warzone, Madden, and then I'm always watching Netflix too.
Well, Jordan, once again, it's been great getting to know you. Can't wait to see you have success within this program. Welcome home. Welcome to Blacksburg.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.